Well, did you miss me? I missed you. I hope you enjoyed Monsignor Betchart last week. He is a classmate of mine from seminary days, former nuclear engineer in the Navy, but now priest and vicar of clergy here for us. And to let you know, too, that you were prayed for at Milwaukie and Kalupapa at the tombs of St. Damien and St. Marianne Cope, and hopefully someday we'll have St. Joseph Dutton, who's also helped there in that difficult time in the leper colony. And, of course, we have a new pope, Leo XIV. That was quick. You noticed during the days of mourning of Pope Francis, we had the black cloth over our doorway, and you came in this morning, you saw the yellow and the white, right? That's the sign of the new pope. And we'll have that up there until his installation mass that will be coming up. And a lot of you have asked me, it says, well, do you know him? Does he know you? And, you know, we both worked in the same office, but sadly, I don't know him. We've never met. You see, because I was working in the Congregation for Bishops before he was Leo XIV, he was Cardinal Prevost who ran that office. But when I was working there, I worked for Cardinal Mark Ouellet, who is a Canadian cardinal, and I left in 2018, of course, to come here, and Cardinal Ouellet carried on for a few more years, and then the Cardinal Prevost took his spot. So we were in the same office, but we never overlapped. So sorry. Maybe you can still get him to come visit or something like that. But on this Good Shepherd Sunday, when we're celebrating a new Holy Father, and you'll notice too that the prayers of the Mass are mentioning him, right? We have special permission from the Archbishop to use a Mass for the Pope on all the weekend Masses throughout the Archdiocese. But as we're celebrating Good Shepherd Sunday and a new shepherd for us in the office of Peter, and we remember too our local shepherd, Alexander Sample, there's a phrase in the gospel today that just leaps off the page. Jesus says about his sheep, I know them. I know them. He doesn't say I inspect them, I watch them. He says I know them. And that's a big difference between being watched and being known, and then even more of being known and being loved, which is the deepest kind of knowing. We don't really know someone until we love them. Jesus is saying to you and to me, I see you, I know you, I love you. And Jesus is giving us here a profound and solid identity. Who we are, a name, a place to belong, a truth to stand on. You and I are known and loved by the shepherd, held in the Father's hand. And nothing, not death, not fear, not failure, can take us from that grip. In a world that reduces us to usernames, to digital avatars, to data points, Jesus sees through all of that. He looks right at you and me, not our curated selves, but as we are. And he says, I know you, I love you. And it's fitting, too, that we hear these words on Mother's Day. And if anyone gets what it means to know someone, it's a mother. Even before we could speak, she heard our needs. And you know, the church is a mother too. The church is not an it, it's a she. She is a mother. She feeds us, she teaches us, she challenges us in love. A love that echoes the voice of Jesus, I know you, you belong, I love you. And part of the way the church's mother cares for us is giving us our shepherd. Jesus, as shepherd, has made his apostles and their successors also shepherds, that they are to be living icons of Christ the Good Shepherd, the Holy Father, the bishops, the priests. You know, and we have the Eucharist because we have a successor, that we are in union with the successor of the apostles, of Peter and the others. And we think about our shepherd locally, Archbishop Sample. You know what I admire most about him? He's not about himself. He loves his people. He loves his priests. He takes his responsibilities seriously. He wants us to fall in love with Jesus. He prays, and I don't know if you know this, he fasts for us. And he knows us. He's always out visiting. He wants us to fall in love with Jesus and to help him to take care of the church in Western Oregon and to expand the kingdom to those who do not know Jesus yet. And you know, I've studied a lot of bishop candidates over my time in the Vatican, right? 9 years, that's all I did was study candidates, probably over 1,000 Episcopal candidates. Archbishop Sample, top 5. He's really good. And he's the one I trust the most. And you know how a relationship between a bishop and a priest can sometimes be a little difficult, right? It's difficult to trust. You know, I've shared deeply about my life with him. And you know what? He has shared deeply about his life with me. He knows me. And he loves me as one of his priests and his brother. You know, and to be known and loved by Christ in the spiritual life, what we call divine intimacy, that's not just a security blanket. It's good. It's an identity, but it's also a calling. A calling to belong and to respond, to walk with our Good Shepherd as an active member of his church, not just to believe in him, but to know him by following him. You know, St. Gregory the Great has this great quote. He says, I assure you that it's not by faith that you will come to know him, but by love. Not by mere conviction, but by action. That's when we really know someone, to recognize the voice of the shepherd and to actually go where he leads. And where does the Good Shepherd lead us? Right into the heart of the church's mission, right into the heart of Christ. A life not only of being known, but of making known Christ to the world. And in saying all that, Archbishop Sample has asked all his priests throughout the Archdiocese in every parish this weekend to make this appeal on his behalf for his Archbishop's Catholic appeal. So it happens to be being renewed this weekend in all the parishes. And this is how we act together as one church for helping him do his ministry. Right? It's the stuff that we can't accomplish simply as one parish, but as all the parishes coming together to give him the support that he needs. And all of the aspects of the appeal directly impact our parish of Christ the King. I'll give you some examples. So in Catholic education, we have about 11,000 students in Western Oregon. And the Catholic appeal helps by providing assistance to students so that their families can afford a Catholic education. Several of our school kids in our school benefit from that appeal. Our seminarians. Do you know right now we have 31 seminarians, the largest group of men preparing for the priesthood that we've had in years. That costs money. To be able to provide them for the formation that they need. And we now have our new seminarian with us, Mr. Stephen Coucher. Some of the school kids already know him because he's already been on recess duty, he's been on lunch duty, he's been in the classrooms. And so we're directly benefiting from having a seminarian here in our parish. What about our retired priests? Do you remember Monsignor Paparini? You remember Monsignor Buxman? They gave years of faithful service in this parish. And now they need our help. They both live over at St. John Vianney residence in Beaverton. Archbishop's Catholic appeal helps our retired priest in their retirement. and in these years where they may be sick. I think of our outreach to our university campuses. You know, that crucial time of young people in college, that we have a robust outreach to them in Catholic formation. And I'm proud to say, you know what, one of the best, most robust Newman programs in the Western United States is at Oregon State. And they are consistently producing on-fire Catholics ready for the mission of the church. And we directly benefit from that because a number of our staff have come out of that program. Why? Because they're well-formed, passionate, on-fire Catholics wanting to be part of the church's mission. That's funded through the ACA. Think of our pro-life efforts around the state, our outreach to those who are incarcerated. You think, too, of all the offices of the Archdiocese that seek to evangelize, to unify, and inspire Catholics throughout Western Oregon. We think of our tribunal, right, our court system, and those who are seeking an annulment petition. There's no charge for that, right? That's supported from Archbishop's Catholic Appeal, and there's several in our parish who are seeking that help and are getting that help. And so much more. So you see all this stuff that's going on for the mission of Archbishop Alexander Sample as our Good Shepherd. Now, the goal that we've been given this year, should we choose to accept it, and I have on our behalf, $80,000. That was our goal last year. We almost made it. And I am confident that we will make it if one thing happens, that we have more people participating, more people giving. That if everyone would pledge or give something, then whatever you can, even more than that, maybe what God is putting on your heart, to give that amount. If we have more people doing that, we're going to make that goal. And you know what that means for Archbishop Sample? Is that it's that tangible indicators that we're behind you. We believe in you. We support you. I know that's how I feel when I get my quarterly reports of our offertory, and it's like, yeah, we know we're on track. It's like, oh, that makes me feel so good. Like the people are behind what we're doing in our mission. So we want to give not out of pressure, but out of love. Not because we have to, but because we hear the shepherd's voice and it stirs our hearts. And when the voice of the shepherd is heard, it begins to break through the noise. His hands reach, his mercy heals. His love finds those who have wandered off. And so now we are being invited to be a part of that. So I would invite us to help our shepherd, Archbishop Sample, in his mission of being an icon of the Good Shepherd. And that's why I support the appeal, and that's why I encourage you to as well. So now I'm going to ask you to do something you should never do in church. Take out your phone. If you take out your phone, and in the pews you see this envelope here, if you open it up, there's a QR code right here. And you open your camera, you wave it over the QR code, it'll send you to, you hit the button, it'll send you to a link to where you can give. You can give recurringly, you can give a one-time gift. I give recurring to keep that support going. And if you don't, you can also, if you don't have the phone, you can detach the envelope and pay by check as well. So I want to give us all a minute. Go ahead and take your phone out, pray about this, think about this, make a pledge or an outright offering right now. And if you are already giving to the Archbishop's Catholic Appeal, thank you. If it's an ongoing gift, that will continue. If you'd like to bump it a little bit, that's good too. And as we are thinking and deciding, let's also pray. Pray for the success of this appeal. Pray for Archbishop Sample and for Pope Leo. That the Lord will continue to give us good shepherds. And if you'd like to think about it some more, pray about it some more, take one of these envelopes with you from the pews. But thank you for your support. If you have an completed envelope, go ahead and give it to me after Mass as you're leaving church, or you can put it in any of the collection boxes in the back of church or by the door over here. But on behalf of Archbishop Sample, thank you for your generosity, and let's support him and walk with him as our Good Shepherd.